Hi everyone, how you doing? I hope you're well. So today I decided to record a video by sharing information and giving you advice on how to start a crystal collection. Now, I know for a fact in the past when I organized introduction to crystal healing workshops, people ask me frequently, where do you start if you want to build a crystal collection? And I do get it. I understand there is so much information available to us on the internet, in books, and some of them are conflicting as well. Basically, I felt today was the perfect day to share with you not only information, okay, but sharing with you my experience when I started creating a crystal collection. Now, as some of you know, crystals are a big part of my life, a big part of my sacred work as well. And to me, crystals are not only beautiful specimens of nature, but can also be a great source of support in our everyday life. And when used correctly, they can positively affect our body, mind, and soul. So if, let's say, today you feel that you are ready to start a crystal collection, but you're not sure what you want to use crystals for, I would advise you to think of different uses for your crystals, list them, and just think about them. Which one do you feel is for you? And I'm going to give you a few examples. There may be several. The few examples I'm going to give you, in fact, I use crystals in all these different options. So first of all, meditation. Meditation, I do meditations every day, most days. And I always select a crystal. I love meditating with a crystal. So it's going to be based on different criteria. It could be, for example, I want to do some specific energy work, like releasing, healing, for example, or it's a kind of day where I feel very busy, my mind is all over the place and I need to calm down. So I'm going to select, for example, the crystals that's going to help me to calm down and be in the zone during the meditation, and also help me to connect to my higher self, the divine spirit, whatever name you want to use. And for example, let me find it. I usually use amethyst. I love using amethyst when I'm in that sort of, not nervous or anxious, could be that as well, but my mind is busy. It's the monkey mind stopping me to concentrate and be in the zone and be in the right space to calm down and enjoy my meditation. Now, number two, second option. Well, you can use crystals as ornaments in your home, as home decor. That's another possibility. And I've got so many around, I can call them ornaments. As I just mentioned, number three, energy work. Okay, so energy balancing, releasing, healing. This is another way to use crystals. And of course, another one, especially for us ladies, jewelry. We can wear crystals as jewelry. Today, I've got an amethyst ring. And I've got, of course, my engagement ring, which is a rainbow moonstone. So we've got different ways. So just list all these uses, if I can call them, different uses for your crystals, and just think about it. What do you want to achieve here? And then once you know how you intend to use your crystals, you can look for specific stones that suits your need. So, as I just mentioned, for instance, meditation. Okay, you want a crystal that's going to calm you down, stop the monkey mind, and help you to connect to your higher self. Maybe you're going to select an amethyst. Okay, and the second question you're going to ask yourself as well, the shape of the crystal. So I'm going to give you some advice there. If we take the example as meditation, I would say use a tumblestone. They're usually not that big. They're easy to hold in your hands. And tumblestones in general are usually a big part of the crystal collections because we can use them in different ways, like carrying them in your pockets during the day. This is one way, okay? Now, going back to meditation, the other shape I love is the sphere. I love working with spheres during meditation or for energy work because to me, spheres are powerful generators of energy. And because if you look at a sphere, obviously, the energy is going to radiate from all sides. And it's just the feeling of it. It just sits so nicely and it just feels perfect. So that would be my advice if, let's say, we are talking specifically about starting a crystal collection to do work, maybe energy work during meditation or simply a quiet meditation. Now, if we're talking more about home decor, about ornaments, you can use, for example, a cluster, okay? A crystal which is rough. Obviously, for ornaments, you can use any sizes you can imagine. I'll show you one of them here. This is amethyst. I chose it because to me it looks like a crescent moon. As another example, a tree. So the base is again amethyst. The actual, what would be leaves on the tree are basically amethyst tumblestone, so it's quite original. Of course, you can use spheres. That's another, option here. Now, the other thing I've got, which I think is quite original, absolutely love it. It's like a lamp. So the base, it's a wooden base. Inside, you've got tiny little bulbs. And what I did, actually placed a selenite sphere. And here we go. You've got a lamp. So there are so many different options, if you want to use crystals as ornaments in your homes. It's just, whatever you fancy, basically. Now, obviously, if you want to build different type of crystal collection, jewelry is going to be another way of using crystals. I know for us ladies, I know for me personally, it's like I've got in my pocket at least every day a black tourmaline and another crystal, and I always wear jewelry. Okay, so this is another way of using crystals. Now, going back to when you start your crystal collections, one of the challenging part here is to select which crystals do we select. Okay, and this is a good question. there are several ways of approaching this. First of all, we've got people who decide, for example, to do the work in a way which is, how can I put it, structured in some way. They're going to read books, they're going to do research on metaphysical properties, healing properties, and from there, based on their needs maybe, they're going to select the first crystals to start building a crystal collection. Now, one way which I think personally is fun, but I do understand you need to trust your gut feeling, you need to trust your intuition, is just to go to a crystal shop, walk around and just be open-minded. If you naturally feel drawn to a specific crystal, just hold it. And believe you me, you're going to feel all kind of different sensations like electric pulse, tingling, cold, hot sensation. That could as well have kind of pressure on your third eye, on your crown chakra. You may sense as well a peaceful feeling with some crystals. And believe you me, if you trust, okay, if you trust your gut feeling, your intuition, you'll know deep down. Now, there is a kind of, I know someone asked me that question several times. There are situations where people are going to say, oh, you know what? I was drawn to a crystal. I picked the crystal and I felt kind of horrible sensations. Like I felt nauseous. I had a headache and I put it down and I thought, this is not for me. It's, immediately your reaction is to feel it's negative energy. It's not for me. Well, actually, quite often when we have what we think is a kind of negative reactions, it's actually the crystal telling you, if I can call it like that, you need me. Healing or releasing of energy needs to take place. And this is the right crystal for you. So bear that in mind. I would say generally with my experience, generally when I feel a crystal is not for me, is when I don't feel anything. So it means, 1, it's not for me. 2, it may be for me later on, but I'm not quite ready yet. So bear that in mind, okay? Now, another aspect. If you decide to start a crystal collection, mainly for, let's say, meditation and energy work, quite often we need to go deep with our connection with crystals. We need to have some knowledge, information about their healing properties, for example. And I would say if you decide to go for this type of crystal collection, I would start simple and small. What I mean by that, only buy a few. And you're going to see, that's why I'm going to share with you the selection of 5 crystals that I had at the beginning. Like this, you can actually spend time with each crystal, connect to their energy, and do some work as well. So you're taking your time, and that would be my advice if you want to start a crystal collection, mainly for energy work and meditation. So now let's talk about my selection, okay? And I'm going to show you the crystals actually I got at the time, okay? Now, the first one, clear quartz. That's the sphere I got. It was actually a crystal shop in a town not far from where I used to live in England, okay? And it was interesting, before I go back to my selection. When I went there, obviously I didn't have the confidence to know which crystals to go for. And the lady who owned the crystal shop gave me some advice, obviously, like going for a small quantity to start with, but she let me choose the crystals. So she gave me an idea of the selection, but let me take the opportunity to connect with their energy, which I thought was wonderful. Now, clear quartz. As a crystal therapist, people ask me that question before. Generally, which crystal, which is your favorite crystal? And I always say to people, as a crystal therapist, it's definitely clear quartz. Why? Because it's the master healer. As a crystal therapist, you can use clear quartz for any type of problems, physical, mental, emotional, or even spiritual. The other advantage of clear quartz, it's an amplifier. So you can use clear quartz with other crystals or stone, and what will be happening, the clear quartz will be amplifying the energy of the other stone and crystal. I mean, it's an amazing crystal, actually, very powerful. We're talking about harmonizing and balancing energy. We're talking about absorbing energy, about amplifying, about balancing, focusing, transmitting. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's a very protective stone as well. It purifies on all levels, so spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. And obviously, because of the amplification of energy, this is absolutely, an amazing and powerful crystal for a crystal therapist. Now, as an example of a way to use clear quartz, you can, for example, use it as a programmable crystal to amplify intention, or use it with another crystal. That's one example. Now, number 2, rose quartz. This is actually the rose quartz I was given as a gift 10 years ago. And this is where my story started, my connection with crystals. Now, rose quartz to me is another important crystal for this selection of the few you may choose when you're going to start your crystal collection. So it brings comfort, compassion, love, peace. It helps to release emotional wounds, resentments, fear, and assist you in giving and receiving love in a healthy way. It's just an amazing crystal. On an emotional level, I think this is the one to have initially when you start your crystal collection. For example, as an application, I know this piece of rose quartz is always on my nightstand next to my bed. And if you do that, it says that it's going to help you to have a peaceful sleep. It's going to help you to sleep, well, like a baby, hopefully. So that's another important crystal, I believe. That's what I think personally, to have at the beginning when you start building your crystal collection. Now, the second one is citrine. Before I talk to you about the different healing properties of citrine, I would like to let you know that I recorded a few weeks ago specifically a video on natural citrine versus heat-treated citrine. So if you're interested about citrine in general, I'll advise you to watch this video. You're going to learn quite a lot about it. So this is the piece of citrine I got from that shop in England. That's another piece as well. I use quite a lot. Tumblestone. Those two are natural citrine. Now, natural citrine is called the crystal of abundance. It's going to help you to manifest abundance in your life. Of course, we're talking material, financial, but abundance can be so many things. It's very clearing as well. It opens, energizes, activate the sacral and solar plexus chakra. So that's going to stimulate your creative energy. It's going to help with your personal power. What I mean by that is confidence, self-esteem, and help you with success, to be enthusiastic. It's on an energy level, it's a crystal of joy and happiness as well. That's what I feel. Now, as a way to use it, you can, for example, meditate with citrine if you've got, let's say, a business, to increase abundance and manifestation related to your business. That's one way of doing it. Now, number 4. Amethyst. Again, one of my favorite crystals. Amethyst to me is all about clairvoyance, okay? Because amethyst can help you to open your third eye and as well your crown chakra. And it's a crystal, can be very grounding as well, helping you to ground your energy. And it's a crystal that's going to help you, as I mentioned early on, in times you feel quite stressed, will calm you down. It's also a crystal that helps you to connect with your higher self, the divine spirit. So it's another important crystal to have at the beginning when you start, building your collection. I think it's one of the key ones to have in there. Now, finally, number 5, another important one. Black Tourmaline. This is the piece I got again from the same shop. And this is the piece usually I carry with me every day in my pocket. Why? Well, black tourmaline is what I call a cloak of protection. It's protecting you from any low or negative energies. So it absorbs basically dark feelings and turning, for example, feelings of anxiety, especially if you've got an anxiety attack, which is absolutely amazing. Within minutes after holding a piece of black tourmaline, you feel so peaceful. So basically what's happening, it's swallowing the anxious vibration and spin it into a positive energy that nurtures your soul. It's an amazing, absolutely amazing crystal. So very protective, especially, and I would say most people do. You go every day, you go out, you're in contact with people you don't know. And I'm not saying that everyone is evil, I'm talking about people having lower vibrations. Black tourmaline will protect you from this type of energies. Now, one way you could use it for protection is to put it as well, that's another one, near a computer, near a router, a TV, and that's going to block, I'm talking about the black tourmaline, will block the electric and magnetic fields that are coming out from laptops, phones, TV, etc. So that's one way of using it as well in your home. Okay. And I think that's basically it. I'm looking at my notes now. Now, one thing I wanted to remind to people, and I always mention it during my crystal healing workshop, introduction to crystal healing workshop, is that the relationship with crystals is so personal. So they speak to the soul of each of us in a unique way. So what I'm saying is, what I've shared with you today, the information, giving you advice as well, is based on my personal experience, okay? And you will find other people may have different selection for the first 5 crystals to get when you're ready to start building your crystal collection. So remember, it's so unique. I hope that obviously the information I share with you today gives you the foundation you need to get started, okay? Because believe you me, I would say the benefits of working with crystals is so uplifting. And I can't wait for you to experience crystals for yourself. You'll be amazed. So that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking and sharing. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to receive notification on future videos. If you are interested to get a personal intuitive reading with myself, please check my website. You'll find the link below in the description box. So take care of yourself. Have fun starting your crystal collection, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.